Are you planning to buy a home in San Rafael, but you're feeling lost in the market? We've got you covered. Hello and welcome to our channel. We are Deirdre and David O'Brien, and we have our finger on the pulse of the market here in Marin County. Buying a house can be a scary process for many people, especially for first-timers. But don't worry, that's precisely why we're here, to help alleviate the fear and cut out a big portion of the stress. This video will discuss how to buy a house in San Rafael, California. So let's not waste time and let's get started. Number one, find yourself a real estate agent or broker who you like and trust. The market here in Marin County moves very quickly, and in my 16 plus years of experience, prices are most often moving upwards. This largely means the longer a buyer takes to buy, the more money they lose or the less money they can gain, depending upon how you look at it. Each time they miss securing a home that they put an offer on, that sales price essentially sets the next bar. So if you're serious about buying a home and you want to save yourself time and money, you'll want to work with a connected agent who's part of multiple Marin County broker networking groups, is attending broker tours where they talk to other agents in person about their upcoming listings, an agent who is part of the top agent network where top agents post their upcoming listings and their buyers' needs, and has good professional relationships with other agents and brokers. In other words, you need an agent who is in the know. Your broker, if connected, will often know the terms of winning offers before they are officially reported, thereby giving you a valuable edge. Also, a connected full-time agent provides guidance on disclosures, reports, neighborhoods, and schools. The point is, find yourself a highly rated, connected full-time agent or broker.
Moving on to number two, get pre-approved for a loan. A pre-approval estimates how much a lender will loan to a borrower who wants to buy a house. Basically, it states how much of a home a buyer can afford, but it can be complicated or a complicated process. If you are a W-2 employee, salaried, the process can be fairly easy. A higher credit score is helpful, sometimes very helpful, but your debt to income ratio, or DTI, is the real determining factor. 36 to 50% is the typical allowance. And these can depend on the institution and the loan program. Some banks and lenders have more stringent guidelines. You will want to confirm what your final payment amount will be, as you can be pre-approved for a payment you may think is too high. You will also want to know what the closing costs will be. The closing costs are fees associated with the lender, escrow, title insurance, and the appraisal costs. These cannot be rolled into the loan. In addition to the dollar amount you offer on the home, the terms of your offer are equally as important. The terms of an offer refer to the timelines of your contingencies and the closing time, in addition to the offer price and requests, if any. The quicker the lender can remove loan contingencies and appraisal contingencies and close the loan, the more favorable your offer will be to the seller and the listing agent. It is encouraged to use a local lender to Marin County who has a good reputation, one known for closing on time and removing contingencies on time.
Coming in at number three, if you haven't already, start visiting homes. Once you've identified your price point, areas or towns of interest, and you've communicated your must-haves, your realtor can set you up for property alert emails that match your criteria. And they'll begin to search for potential properties for you within their networking groups and while out on broker tour. When you see a home you like, and if you're available to view homes on the weekdays, I would strongly suggest trying to attend the very first broker tour or the open house that happens on Thursdays before the weekend open houses, or ask your realtor to take you for a private showing as soon as you're available. If you're not available in the middle of the week to see homes, then you can plan to attend the open house times during the weekends. The sooner you visit a home that you like, the more time you have to get organized if you'd like to make an offer on it. Most buyers will look at a home for about 15 or 30 minutes. During that time, it's important to stay focused. First, focus on the quality, the finishes, and the maintenance of the overall home. Then think about your needs, like the room sizes, the overall space, the lighting, the yard space, the time of day and how long, and from what angle the sun hits the home might also be important factors for you. So take note of what time of day it is when you're visiting homes. I would say about 95% of listings here in Marin County have pre-inspection reports available. In California, when you buy a home, you are buying the property as is. You are basing your offering price upon all the information that you know about the property, so it's important to have time to go through all the disclosures before making an offer.
Moving on to number 4, submitting an offer and negotiations. Now comes the offer and negotiations. Typically here in San Rafael, the pace of real estate moves quickly. New properties come on the multiple listing service at the beginning of the week. There's a broker tour on Thursday. Buyers are usually welcome, and then there's one weekend of open houses. If there's enough interest, brokers set an offer date for 2 to 3 days after the Sunday open house, usually the following Tuesday. Yes, it's typically that fast here in all of Marin County. Now, regarding the offer price and the terms of the purchase agreement. Depending on the overall tempo of the market and the level of interest in the particular property you are interested in, you may ask for buyer contingency periods or write an offer with fewer contingencies or a shorter contingency period, or you may opt to offer a non-contingent offer if you're in a position to do so. Your broker or agent will be able to advise you on the nuances related to the terms influenced by the interest level of the particular property and the overall market conditions. Once you have the terms and price all worked out and have signed the offer, your broker can then deliver the offer to the listing agent. If the seller is on the East Coast or out of the country, or if there are multiple trustees, you can typically expect an answer in 24 hours or less. If you and your agent broker crafted your offer well and have luck on your side, you will be in escrow typically within 24 hours after deliverance of your offer to the listing agent. If you secured the property with an inspection contingency period, you can likely negotiate on any new information that comes up from your own due diligence. Sellers will most often provide a full disclosure package with reports done up front. They do this to mitigate the likelihood of having to negotiate after accepting an offer, because items that are disclosed should be considered in a buyer's initial offer and not negotiated after accepting an offer. So the thinking goes. This is not a law. A buyer can ask for things to be repaired or a consideration given for them, even if they were disclosed prior to a buyer writing an offer, but this most feels like not acting in good faith, which all parties agreed to in the agreement. Negotiations can take on many different forms and considerations. To name a few, 1, are properties in the area receiving multiple offers, or are they sitting on the market? 2, is the property in overall good shape, or does it need work? Is the property completely remodeled versus more recent sales that were not? Is it a price point and an area that typically garners more cash buyers? Your agent or broker will be able to advise you on all these items.
Coming in at number 5, inspections. After an offer is accepted, if you have an inspection contingency period, you'll have the opportunity to do further inspections. The reason I emphasize the word if is because most local agents and their sellers will provide a full disclosure package themselves, including a home inspection, pest inspection, sewer lateral inspection, and if required, or if the property is older, city resale inspection if required. Because the inspection report's being provided up front, this means that oftentimes the winning offer waives doing further inspections. Agents and brokers are not allowed to encourage their buyers to waive their contingencies. However, often buyers decide to of their own accord if they want to make their offer more attractive. Your agent or broker can advise you, if the inspectors are local, on the reputation of the inspectors and the thoroughness of the inspections. If you see the property early enough and in the process you're thinking about not doing a second set of formal inspections, you might have enough time between when you first show interest in the property and when offers are due to still have an inspector give a physical inspection and give you a verbal report. This is a great strategy if you'd like to have a second set of eyes on the property's condition. However, this also means you would be taking a risk by paying for these inspections even before knowing if you secured the property. Your Marin agent or broker can advise you on best practices for each situation and property.
Now, number 6, timelines once your offer has been ratified. Your timeline starts the day after the seller has accepted your offer or you have accepted a seller counter. The common time frame to close on a sale is 14 to 25 days. Can be a little bit less or a little more. You may have a loan and appraisal contingency. These run anywhere from 7 days to 17 days in length, depending on your lender. But I would say that the most common here in Marin County is 8 to 12 days. If you have negotiated an inspection contingency period in your offer, these typically run 3 to 8 days if the seller provided a full disclosure package, including reports. If the seller provided no reports and you do your own inspections, then you are typically looking at 8 to 12 days. The contingency periods run concurrently with the close of escrow or the close of escrow period. Once you have removed all your contingencies and you have signed your closing documents typically are signed between 3 and 7 days of the close. You will then do your final walkthrough within 5 days of the close of escrow. And lastly, you get your keys to your new home once the county has recorded you as the new owner.
Moving on to number 7, once you've signed closing documents. Now that everything is settled, you should have all your utilities set up. This typically means PG&E, garbage, cable, internet, and water. You may also want to schedule a gardener, a pool company, and a cleaner. So exciting to be able to move into your new fantastic home in sunny San Rafael. Welcome home. If you like this video and would like to see more content, click on the boxes on the screen. Once again, I'm Deirdre O'Brien, a realtor from Marin County, and I work on a team with my partner, David O'Brien. If you want to keep receiving real estate market updates about towns here in Marin County, California, make sure to subscribe and follow us here and on all of our other social sites. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. And remember, David and I have our finger on the pulse of the market.